You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, B&B fans, today we're going to talk about Katie Logan and Will Spencer plotting against the two new ladies in Bill Spencer's life. Two females that Will and his mom Katie feel are interlopers and don't deserve this new luxe life that they stumbled into. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to do a deep dive into what is ahead now that we have a recast Soros Will Spencer. So already things went awkwardly with Bill Spencer, and I don't think it helped that Poppy screamed like she was being axe murdered when Bill's son interrupted their sexy time. Poppy's screech was so over the top. It was absolutely unjustified and no way to greet Will Spencer and welcome him home. Let's remember, Poppy should have recognized Will. I know this is bad writing and all that, but his photos are all over the mantle at Bill's place. So if I were Will, I'd be annoyed that my dad's new chick screamed at me like that for walking into the home I grew up in. And then even worse, Bill tried to push Luna on Will way too quickly. We're going to talk about this, but please subscribe if you're not following us already. So Bill awkwardly was kind of insisting that Will should give his new sister Luna a hug, but Will pushed back on his dad, Bill, and said, "I don't know them, Dad. This is your deal, and I'm not a part of it." But Will's father insists he is part of it, but Will wasn't done, not one bit. He said to Bill, "You guys hooked up 100 years ago, and now you expect me to act like this is my family? Hell no." That was just great, because then Will stormed out, said he was going to go stay with his mom, Katie Logan. Now, I don't know where Katie lives, because her house that she used to have is the one that Thomas was last living with, but now he's moved to Paris. Maybe they're going to have her back in there. I'm presuming they may show where Katie lives now that her son is back. But none of this is going to work out well for Dollar Bill, because I'm pretty certain Katie has already been filling Will's ear with lots of negative things about Poppy and maybe some of her latest murder theories. Remember, RJ Forrester thinks that Katie's jealous of Poppy and is way out of bounds making murder accusations about Luna's mom. But Katie is not going to let up, and now she may have her son Will as an ally as she is out to persecute and expose Poppy, who even her sister Lee, who hates her, insists no way that she killed anybody. So there is a brand new interview with Heather, Tom, and Crew Morrow, who play Katie and the brand new Will Spencer, and they talked about what is ahead for the mother and son duo. So this was an interview on a CBS News show, and Heather Tom was asked if Will is going to join forces with Katie to find out the truth about the new woman in Bill's life. And Heather said Will takes after his mother, so he's definitely going to want to investigate things. And the Katie Logan actress also said that Will might not be great at keeping secrets, but Crew Morrow laughed and joked, saying, "Gosh, I hope I'm good at keeping secrets." And then the newly minted soap actor, Crew, who's the son of Y&R's Joshua Morrow, said, "We'll see, but he thinks that Will is definitely a mama's boy." And none of that sounds like good news for Poppy Nozawa and her daughter, Luna. Already, RJ told Katie that he really regrets mentioning Poppy's mints to her, and Katie snapped back, "You mean her drugs?" In Katie's mind, whatever is in Poppy's supposedly all-natural mints is what killed Tom and Hollis. I will say, at a glance, it seems pretty unlikely it's the same drug. Consider when Luna was exposed to that minty drug, she had been repeatedly slamming back breath mint after breath mint, talking about her stank breath. at Eric and Donna's wedding, and I don't know what's on with her breath, but so many mints. And then all of a sudden, Luna wasn't feeling well. She told RJ she was going to go home. But then once she got outside, Luna was super sleepy and just wanted to get some water and lie down. And that's how she wound up in the Forrester guest house in Zende Forrester's bed, doing the deed without knowing it was Zende. So whatever is in those poppy mints, they seem more like a roofie that, drops your inhibitions, maybe with a little bit of sleepy pill side effect, but not a drop dead sort of, barbiturate or opioid overdose sort of effect. So I just don't think Tom or Hollis OD'd on happy mints, but of course we'll see. For now, though, I do think Will Spencer has the power to push Bill to take a closer look at Poppy's motives, because Katie's question is relevant. Why did Poppy wait 20 years to come clean? And because of Katie's relentless grilling, at least Poppy confessed to Bill, at least in part. This week, of course, you should have heard Poppy admitting she had a fling with Tom Starr way back in the day, the same time she slept with Bill. And because of that, he claimed he was Luna's father. And if you can imagine it, Bill bought this whole thing hook, line, and sinker. And he even sympathized with Poppy about how stressful and hard it must have been for her as a single mother to deal with this guy, Tom, pestering her about his false claim to her daughter, because Bill Spencer is quite certain that Luna is his. He believes it. I don't. We can disagree on that. And then Bill got distracted by Poppy wanting some naked time with him. And that's where they were when Will walked in and Poppy shrieked like a banshee. I can only imagine that Katie will do some shrieking also if and when she finds out that her precious son Will walked in on his father doing the deed with Poppy. And I'm very interested to hear everything Katie has to say, Will, about this new woman in Bill's life. Is Katie going to tell her son that she thinks Poppy might have killed an aging has-been rocker and a bartender? While Will and Katie are having a catch-up, guess what else is happening? Luna is about to get a huge shock of her own. Remember, RJ mentioned to Katie that Poppy and Luna haven't totally moved out of their apartment and 100% into Bill's. And then Dollar Bill also mentioned that their building was slated for demolition. So watch on Friday's episode, because Luna is going to head over to the little apartment she and her mom lived in before they moved into Bill Spencer's big nice mansion. And Luna finds something very shocking. Reportedly, that's where Tom Starr's backpack is stashed with all the letters he wrote to Poppy still inside. Now, why the heck would that backpack be at Luna and her mom's apartment? Well, one reason is if Poppy were the killer. I don't think she is, but I do think she's involved in terms of just her being the motive, but maybe she's not the one doing these things. I feel like she's not. Or it could also point to the killer being someone that may want to frame Poppy, or that had access to the apartment and just stuck the evidence out of the way, not thinking she'd go back. So I wonder if Luna is going to tell RJ that she found the backpack and that she's scared that and the letters mean that her mom might actually be implicated in Tom and Hollis's death. I mean, Poppy has been lying to Luna for a very long time. So maybe this time her daughter will not trust her lies. And I can only imagine what Katie Logan will do and say if she finds out about that backpack, and also what she might say to Will Spencer about it. Is Bill going to slow his roll with Poppy now that he sees how upset that Will is? Maybe, but don't count on it, because Poppy seems to have genuinely and thoroughly snowed Bill, who is way too excited about having a daughter finally, that he's just not thinking clearly about all of these lies, manipulations, and inconsistencies. So, will it be Katie and Will that save Bill from his live-in gold digger? We'll see. Drop your comments, subscribe if you're not following us already, and be sure and come back soon. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're talking B&B 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.